Hello everyone, today I'm here to talk to you about business environment. I hope with this video can help you to understand what business environment matters and let us understand what is meant by the business environment itself. I'll start to talk about business. As you know, business is an organization that provides good or service in order to earn profit. That's the point, earn the profits. But you know, business are not standstill, they are very dynamic and ever-changing, and the changing needs of customer and new innovation in the market are part of the business environment. For example, when the travel was troubled by ticket booking in some country like in our country, there are some businessmen who identify and evaluate the environment. After that, they solve the problems by co-founded the online ticket booking apps. We can call that ticket booking apps X, for example. After the traveler use that apps, they can use to book the ticket and even be sure if their seat was confirmed. What I mean to say is that the business environment is the most important aspects of any business. To be aware of the ongoing changes not only help the business to adapt to these changes but also to use them as opportunities. I would like to give you some background of a part of business environment. Let's take a look at some key environmental factors. You should keep in mind that external factor and internal factor can influence each other, so they work together to affect the business. Some external factors are beyond your control. These factors are divided into two parts. This factor consists of microeconomic and macroeconomic factor. But now we move on to the next part, internal environment. As we know, the internal environment is composed of various elements, which is every element present inside the organization that can affect or can be affected with the choices, activities, and decisions of the organization itself. And all the members of organizations should have a kind of values of employees. It's like positive or negative nature, effectiveness of communications. What I mean is, the members refers to all those people which are directly or indirectly related to the organizations, such as owners, shareholders, managing directors, board of directors, employees, and so forth. So let's turning our attention now to the internal factors. As you can see to the illustrations, internal factors consist of 6 factors. First, value systems. Value system consists of all those components that are part of regulatory frameworks such as culture, climate, work processes, management practices, and norms of the organizations. And next, the company vision describes its future positions, and the missions defines the company's business and the reason for its existence, and objective implies the ultimate aim of the company and the way to reach those ends. And the next is organizational structure. The structure of the organization must be determines the way in which the activities are directed in the organization itself, and the direction of the activity should be reach the ultimate goals. And these activities include delegation of the tasks, coordinations, the composition of the board of directors, level of professionalizations, and supervisions. It can be matrix structure, functional structure, or divisional structure, and so forth. Corporate culture, or we can call organizational culture, refers to values, beliefs, and behavior of the organization itself. And next, human resources. As we know that human resource is the most valuable asset of the organizations. The successful or failure of organization is highly depends on the human resources. Why can I say that? Because human resources selected the people who will become the members of the organization. So it's very important. And then physical resources and technological capabilities. Physical resources in this part refers to the tangible assets of the organization, and then technological capabilities imply the technical know-how of the organizations. I think it's enough. So next we are going to discuss about external environment. External environment in here means those external elements which are affecting factor outside the companies are under no control of the company. And this environment can be broken down into two types: microeconomics and macroeconomics factors. Then I will look at microeconomic first. Let us take a look at some of the most important and common elements of the microenvironments. The first, customers. As we know that the main purpose of the extensions of the most organization is to satisfy the need and wants of the customers. So the ultimate aim is to provide the best products or service to the customer at the best prices. Then competitors. You know that every organization, whether big or small, has competitions and also competitors. So the company has to keep a constant checks on their competitors. Then employees. The employees or labor is one of the most important factor of the productions. So the human resources are the significant factor in this success or failure of firms. And then shareholders. They are actually the owners of the company, by the way. And the next, suppliers. It's necessary for the company to have healthy relation and communication with their suppliers. And next is media. As we know that every company is going to need media to promote their brands and market of their products. As an illustration, we know that macroeconomics consists of 6 factors. Let's talk about demographic forces first. In this part, demographic forces relate to the people. Why are the people so important in here? Because their needs and wants is the reason for business to exist. For example, if people want some things, There are business here. In other words, people are driving force for the development of the markets. And next, the economic forces. It's related to the factor that affect consumer purchasing power and spending patterns. And then socio-cultural forces in the macro environment. As we know that people are part of the society and cultural growth, which it shapes their beliefs and values. And then technological forces in the macro environment that relate to the factor that create new technologies, and then marketer must watch the technological environment closely and adapt in order to keep up. Otherwise, the product will soon be outdated and company will miss the new product and market opportunities. And next, important trends in ecological environment that are growing shortage of raw materials and the care of the renewable resources. And the next is political forces in the macro environment. Before entering a new market in a foreign country, the new company should know everything about the legal and political environment. How will the legislation affect the business? What the rules are? What rule does it needs to obey? What laws may limit the company's ability to be successful, and so forth. In the conclusion, let me sum up my main points about business environment. Business enterprise is essentially dynamic, so the business executive or the people of the organization should have a dynamic personality. If they have dynamic approach, it will help the firm to avoid ecological stress and maintain the harmony with the environment. So that's all my explanation about business environment. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Hope you enjoyed my video and goodbye.